Hello, welcome to today's video. We are starting on page 122 of our book, Play Piano Now for the Busy Adult. This is Unit 10. This is Part 3 of Unit 10, combining middle C position and C position. So our left hand for the gift to be simple will start off in middle C position or F position like this. And then on measure number 2, we're going to move back to C position. Be prepared to move your hand to F like this, and then back to middle C position. So it's going to be moving around quite a bit. Let's go ahead and listen to what this one sounds like. The gift to be simple. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see there, we are moving from middle C to C. We move to F position on occasion. I want you to keep in mind that the lifts happen either for the right hand or the left. So go ahead and draw those slashes there. Okay. There are a few moments, for example, such as measure number 3, where there are some repeated legatos. Hand continues into the middle C position. So one thing I noticed as I was playing at the beginning here, you can actually play the first C in the right hand at the 8th note. If you want to play it as a repeated legato, for the left hand you can, or you can just do it with the right hand as it suggests. I actually did it both ways. I did it first with the right hand, and down here at measure number 5, I played it with the left hand. If you'd like to play that middle C position, either way, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so don't forget to be lifting for non-legato in the left hand. Let's go ahead and listen through this one more time. Let's also pay attention to the crescendos and to the decrescendo. Starting on G, here we go. Piano. 1, 2, 3. Lift, repeated legato, decrescendo, lift. Okay, so you notice here that we have repeated legato for the right hand, while the left hand is repeating. So you do come down together, lift, repeated legato, that quickly comes down while this one comes down for beat number 2, lift, and repeated legato again. Let's go on now to the next page, 123. We have some sight reading practice. This one I will not explain, but I will only demonstrate. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, excuse me. So I almost made a mistake there on 5. Kind of sounds a little bit about like the gift to be simple, just a little bit of a variation there, but it sounded nice though. And now for number 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ritardando, just like the last 2. Now, for the next 2 pages here, we have the hand-on exercises are being introduced in eighth notes, and I'm not going to explain these 2 pages because I have videos that already do talk about these exercises. In this part of your lessons, I don't think this is a really good idea. So let's go ahead and continue on into the next section. Okay. So we have here the dotted quarter note. As you can see, the dotted quarter note the dot increases a quarter note by half of the value of whatever rhythm it's applied to. So if you have a half note and you put a dot to make it a dotted half note, you add a quarter note to the half note, making it 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. But when we talk about the quarter note, we have a quarter note, put a dot, it adds an eighth note to that quarter note. So it actually becomes 1.5 beats. And the best way to count that one is to count it with the eighth note. So let's go ahead and take a look at this rhythm exercise away from the keyboard. What we're going to do is we're going to clap the following rhythm. We're going to first of all clap without the ties. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just clap regularly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, so that's just regular without the ties. Now let's go ahead and try it with the ties. Remember to shake for the tie. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So as you can see, we actually tied an eighth note to the previous quarter note, making it 3 eighth notes in all. And so if you were to count the eighth notes instead, you can count it like this. 1 and 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and the and of that second beat would be clapped because it's with an eighth note. Usually the rhythms that we have with dotted quarter notes would be with the remaining eighth note for beat number 2 there. So let's go ahead and clap that again with the ties. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2. So that's those 3 eighth notes right there. And for 2 and then and for 4. But if you wanted to see the way it actually is with the dotted quarter note with an eighth note, the counting is exactly the same. 1 and 2 and. Or if you want to shake, 1 and 2 and. Or 1, 2 and. 1, 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1, 2 and. Just like that. So I would encourage you to practice clapping and counting this dotted quarter with eighth rhythm. That is going to be what we work on in page number 127 of our book now. Let's go ahead and take a look at page 127 there. So as you can see here, we have measures from familiar songs using the dotted quarter note. And of course, usually after the dotted quarter note, we are going to have an eighth note, which is the remainder of beat number 2. Let's go and take a look. We have C position, the name of this song, made evident with the lyrics. Silent night, holy night. We are quite familiar with that one, so we probably will be able to play it. But if we were to clap and count the rhythm, this is how we would do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Playing and counting. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. The next one, middle C position. Let's take a look to hear what this one sounds like. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. And so we have two instances of the dotted quarter with the eighth here in our music book. And if we were to clap this, it would be exactly the same. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we only clap on 1 and then the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Quarter notes for the rest. Fa la 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 is going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Always adjusting the dotted quarter with where it is placed in the staff, whether it's on the beginning there or in this example here on beats 3 and 4. Okay, now we have a couple more things here. Middle C position. Should old acquaintance be forgot? So that's the alt lang syne song. The pickup begins on beat 4. 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. And then the rest is the way I like. 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then the last one is going to be interesting. This is by Richard Wagner. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Okay, so let's go ahead and clap and count that one. The dotted quarter and eighth fall on beats 3 and 4, just like we did up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the purpose of playing these familiar melodies is so that you can get used to playing this type of rhythm. Okay, so that's part 3 of Unit 10. Let's practice those sections, and we will see you at next lesson.